Right, and now we have the open source news, and we only have one story in this section this week, and it's from Mozilla, who has announced that they're exiting the Fediverse and will shutter its Mastodon server in December. For those unfamiliar, in the Fediverse, like Mastodon, you have to have people host servers that you can join, and there's dozens, hundreds of these out there. Mozilla hosts their own that they have there called Mozilla.social. They've announced they're going to shut that down, as the title very directly said. And in the meantime, users will be able to download their data or migrate their account to another Mastodon instance if they choose. The instance was really small. There was only 270 active users at the time of Tuesday's announcement. And by comparison, the most popular Mastodon instance, Mastodon.social, has almost 250,000 monthly active users. Nate and Jonah both offer instances. I use OMG LOL for my instance, and there's a million other instances out there. People were weirdly really outraged about this. I'm not a big, Mozilla defender, but there were like 270 active users on this instance. And the amount of people complaining about this were like in the thousands. They're like, I can't believe Mozilla did this, blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, you weren't even using the damn server because only 270 people were using it. And yeah, the next step of that is this is closing down in December. And of all the platforms to shut down, Mastodon is actually one of the best ones to shut down because I've migrated my Mastodon account now between like 3 different home servers. Mastodon has such a clean way to move between home servers. It's literally a non-issue. So I am not a Mozilla defender, but this outrage is just clearly outrage for the sake of outrage instead of outrage because Mozilla did something that was actually bad. And there are other areas where Mozilla might deserve a little bit more outrage than their Mozilla home server with 270 people, which people can migrate away to, and they have another few months to do so. I think it's silly.
I'm going to disagree with you on this one. I will agree with you that migration's easy. I've migrated once, and it was very intuitive, super user-friendly, but I'm going to disagree with you on the outrage thing. The reason, at least that I saw, that people were mad, which I totally agree with, is Mozilla has jacked up priorities. It's not about the server itself. You're right. It only has 300 users, which for the record, it's been in closed beta for like ever. You can't just go sign up, or else I'm sure a lot more people would have, or maybe not, since apparently Mozilla is the open source version of Google in the sense that they kill everything 6 months after they do it. It's the fact that they're showing a complete misunderstanding of what they should be prioritizing, because like they're closing this down. They're closing down their location service. They're closing down all these different things, but they're investing in AI, and they bought an ad company, and they bought a fucking plugin that like filters out scam reviews, which for the record seems like a useful plugin, or excuse me, extension. I know somebody will email us about that. Like, it's a useful extension, but why are they the ones spending money on that?
I don't disagree with anything you said. That has little to do with this tiny Mastodon server that, like you said, was in a closed beta. It was never even public, and like you said, it was hard to join. So I actually think it was a really easy project to let go, and that can be true alongside them not prioritizing other things. But this just doesn't impact anybody. I don't see what the outrage is about within this itself. I didn't see comments of people saying, like, I can't believe that you just bought an ad company and blah, blah, blah. The comments were just like, wow, you just hate the Fediverse. And it's like, well, there's like a million home servers, and Mozilla, what was the selling point of Mozilla having their own home server?
Okay, then that's like, the issue is we saw different responses, because the responses I saw were all like, I can't believe you've dumped all this money into this AI bubble garbage and this ad company that nobody wanted, and then you forced onto users, but suddenly you can't run, like, the new oil doesn't even make $10,000 a year, and I can run a Mastodon instance. What the hell is your excuse getting $80 million a year from Google? Like, oh my God forbid you stick a server in somebody's closet at home and check on it twice a month. Those were all the responses I saw, is like, your priorities are so messed up.
Thanks for watching this clip. It's actually taken from the Surveillance Report podcast, which is our full-length podcast where we talk about privacy and security news every single week. We post it on YouTube as a video. We also post it on PeerTube for those of you who don't like YouTube. And we also post it as an audio version that you can find on every major podcasting app, as well as just RSS. Check us out either here on the screen somewhere or at surveillancereport.tech, and stay up to date out there so you can keep yourself and the people around you safe.